Chapter 2 Geography, Globe, Latitudes and Longitudes. Children, in the previous video, I have described you about what are latitudes, its characteristics and its importance. In this video, you will learn about what are longitudes, its characteristics, its importance, what are local and standard time, and what do you mean by international dateline. As you know now, latitudes are imaginary lines drawn horizontally on the surface of the earth. Similarly, longitudes are also imaginary lines drawn vertically on the surface of the earth. So this is little bit confusing to remember which lines are latitudes and which lines are longitudes. So you can remember lines with a simple trick. Latitude means lateral, which means sidelong lines, or you can say leti hui lines or sleeping lines. And longitude means long lines. So latitude means sleeping lines, leti hui lines, and longitude means long lines. So what are longitude lines? Longitude are drawn semicircle on the surface of the earth from North Pole to South Pole. These lines are also called meridians of longitudes as the lines are drawn parallel to the meridian. So longitudes are sets of imaginary lines drawn vertically on the surface of the earth from North to South Pole. What are the characteristics of longitude? The distance between the meridians are measured in degree. All meridians are of equal length. Prime meridian line is the most important line among all meridians of longitude at 0 degree. Prime meridian line divides the earth vertically into two equal parts, eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. 180 degree towards east and 180 degree towards west. Latitudes are parallel to each other, but longitudes are not parallel to each other. The distance between the lines of longitude decreases from 111 kilometers at equator towards the poles. At poles, the distance is 0 as all meridians meet here. Now let's learn about the importance of longitudes. There are two important longitudes among all the meridians of longitudes: prime meridian line at 0 degree and international date line at 180 degree. Longitudes are important and helpful to locate a place. Both latitudes and longitude lines are important to locate any place on the earth. Where latitudes and longitudes intersect, it becomes the address of that place. Longitudes play an important role to measuring a time of any country or to compare time of one country to another country. International date line at 180 degree defines the boundary between calendar dates. Now let's discuss about how longitudes play a prime role in measuring time and define the boundary between calendar dates. Longitudes have two main lines. First line is prime meridian line at 0 degree and the second line is international date line at 180 degree. It is just opposite to the prime meridian line. The prime meridian line divides the earth into two equal parts, western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. Prime meridian at 0 degree is also known as Greenwich Mean Time as it runs through Greenwich, England. The Royal Astronomical Observatory at Greenwich near London was chosen as Greenwich Mean Time. In short, this line is also known as GMT. Now the question is, why the earth or world is divided into different time zones? The world is divided into different time zones because of expansion of transport, communication, trade and globalization. During the 19th century, it created a need for a more unified time-keeping system. It was recommended by Sir Sandford Fleming of Canada in 1884. He proposed that there should be a system of worldwide time zones that we have today. Time zones are geographical globe division which is created to help people to know what time it is in another part of the world. So let's understand what time zones are. The Earth is divided into 24 time zones. The time at 0° longitude is called prime meridian line, also called Greenwich Mean Time. It is also called universal time zone. All longitude lines define the time zone. Each time zone is at the distance of 15° longitude. These 24 time zones are extended towards Western and Eastern Hemisphere. 12 zones are divided into Western Hemisphere such as 15° West, 30° West, 45° West till the 180° West in the Western Hemisphere. Similarly, 12 zones are divided in the Eastern Hemisphere at the distance of 15°, such as 15° East, 30° East, 45° East up to 180° eastward, till the international dateline. The Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation and thus the Earth is divided into 360 of latitudes. The Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation and thus the Earth is divided into 360 degree of longitudes. So if we divide 360 by 24 hours, so the distance between two longitudes is 15 degree, which means each hour the Earth rotates 15 degree of longitudes. Children, the Earth moves west to east direction. So when the Earth rotates west to east, 1 hour is added at each 15 degree. So now what do you have to remember? When you travel towards western countries or toward western hemisphere, you need to subtract an hour and time will be compared from Greenwich Mean Time or prime meridian line. So if you travel westward, you will lose 1 hour at every 15 degree, such as it will be 11 am at 15 degree west, 10 am at 30 degree west, 9 am at 45 degree west and so on. Similarly, if you travel eastward, time will increase. Here you need to add 1 hour at every 15 degree east. For example, as you go to 15 degree east, time will be 1 pm. As you go to 30 degree east, time will be 2 pm. At 45 degree east, time will be 3 pm. Time will increasing at every 15 degree east till you go to 180 degree east. So if at prime meridian line time is 12 noon, so at the international date line time will be 12 am midnight. From the international date line, the new day will start. So it means international date line is the main starting point of a new day. For example, if at 12 am a new day starts at 180 degree on the international date line, so here at 12 am midnight it's Monday, but at 165 degree east it is still 11 pm and day is Sunday. At 150 degree east it is 10 pm and at 145 degree east it is 9 pm and so on. Now at 165 degree west it is 1 am and from here Sunday is starting in the western hemisphere, and at 165 degree east Sunday is ending in the eastern hemisphere. So international date line is a starting point of a new day. International dateline is also an imaginary line that goes north and south through the Pacific Ocean. As we move eastward of prime meridian, we gain time, and it is 12 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. And when we move westward at 180° west, we will be 12 hours behind of Greenwich Mean Time. This is sun at prime meridian. Here is 12 noon, and opposite to prime meridian at the international dateline it is 12 midnight. So when it's 11 to 11:59 p.m. at the international dateline, the entire world is on the same day or date. If a plane flies into the blue area, it's Monday. If a plane flies into the red area, it's Tuesday. But at midnight, at the international dateline, a tiny slice of earth is on a new day, as you can see in the picture. Before the international dateline, it's midnight, and as the earth rotates, new day begins. If a plane flies into the red area, it's Tuesday, and if a plane flies into the blue area, it's Monday. As each hour passes, Tuesday gets larger and Monday gets smaller. A plane can fly on Monday to Tuesday and from Tuesday to Monday. Okay children, tell me one thing. If you start traveling from India to New York on Tuesday and your flight takes off at 9:30 p.m., so at what time would you reach to New York after 12 hours journey or flight? Children, it would be Tuesday again, and time would be 9:40 p.m. and date would be the same. Now let's understand what is standard meridian time and why do we need standard meridian time for any country. Local time of a place depends on the longitude that passes through. That is why we need standard time for each country, which is usually taken as the time of the central meridian that passes through it. Thus, we need a standard meridian for a country. The longitudes play the most important role in defining the time of a country. Children, the longitudinal extent of India is 68 degrees 7' east and 97 degrees 25' east. If we subtract both the longitudes, the answer we get 29 degree 18'. So to avoid confusion, we take a round figure. Thus, the longitudinal extent of India is approximately 30 degree. So the difference between two longitudinal extent of India is approximately 30 degree. As we know now, 15 degree is equal to 1 hour. So the difference of time between both the longitudes is 2 hours. Which means the time difference between Gujarat and Arunachal Pradesh is 2 hours. If the time in Arunachal Pradesh is 7:30 p.m., in Gujarat time is 5:30 p.m. This creates a huge confusion as we cross one latitude to another, especially for trains. So to avoid this confusion of time, India follows the common time, that is the time along the standard meridian of India. A line that is passing through the center of India between both the longitudes 68 degrees 7' east and 97 degrees 25' east, it is standard meridian of India, that is 82 degrees 30' east. This line passes from Mirzapur district near Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. We follow the common time which passes through 82 degrees 30' east. The time calculated at the standard meridian from the Greenwich meridian is considered to be the time for the country which is accepted universally throughout the country. And from Greenwich Mean Time, India is 5.5 hours ahead. For example, if it is 1 p.m. at Greenwich Mean Time, so India will be having time as 6:30 p.m. So let's recall the key point of the chapter.